Hey, welcome back. Let's hop into Murray's comforting embrace. Ugh, this angle is not good for this. There we go. Whee! Now we get to do some fucking strategic hacking. Okay, so you can see how at this point the hacking's a little bit different. I'm just shooting faster. I'm moving a little bit faster too. It's also worth noting. Outside of that, it's the same. Oh, this is gonna be bad. And look at these guys. You can see through them. Ah, they drop little bombs. Ouch, ouch. Ah. Trying to hit you with their weird little prong teeth faces. Yeah, the danger here is just like getting overwhelmed by those fucking BAMs. Oh, feasibly, I could just wiggle my way through those fucking beads. Nice.
Nice work hacking the autopilot. That boat's heading into position. I'm already on top of the silo. Shoot the grappling hook up to me, and I'll make sure it gets attached to the battery.
Alright. Time to grappling hook some shit. At least it's not a giant murder robot. I think it cuts the slide even if you fucking miss. Alright, higher. Got it.
The hook's in place. You guys should head out for another boat before anyone picks up on what we're doing.
I just like these little logs that pop up. Should get you back to Murray. Let's go this way. Murray's hanging out. He's my buddy, right? He's my big boy. That's a thing kids say, right? Big boy for their friend. They don't? Man, I guess I am out of touch. I turned 23 this year. Which I know some of you is like, man, I remember when I was 23. I was the king of the world. I wish I was that young now. But for me, it's more like a, God, that sounds so old. Like, it's not quite mid-20s, right? I'm still early 20s. But the idea that the mid-20s is 1 year away. Like 24, 25, 26, right? Those are your mid-20s. 20, 21, 22, 23, early 20s. God, the idea it's so close to being mid-20s. I mean, like, I understand. It's not like when I'm even 30, like, the world will be over. Like, I know plenty of people that are older than 30 that have a lot of fun, that do a lot of stuff. I know people in their 40s that fucking live life to the fullest way more than I do. Plus, you know, when you're 40, presumably you have a better paying job, or 30, I should say. You have a better paying job. If you like to travel, like, you can do traveling then. You know, a lot of people say you should travel in your 20s. I'm like, what fucking money are you traveling in your 20s? Like, you can tell kids all day that, like, I would tell everyone that they should travel in their 20s. And to be fair, I do a fair amount of traveling, you know, but it's all United States traveling. Oh, fuck this. You know, I've never really left the country. And by traveling, you know, when you tell someone they should travel in their life, you mean get the fuck out of wherever you are. Like, way the fuck out. Like, if you're in America, go somewhere else. If you're in Spain, go somewhere else. Although, much more easy in Spain, right? Because you can just take a train to a bunch of different countries. U.S., I can take a train to maybe Mexico. I don't even know if they have trains in Mexico. Ooh, can't do it this time. Do they have trains in Mexico? I'm sure. Well, I'm sure they. All right, listen, I get it. I'm sure they have some trains in Mexico. somewhere. But like, you know, I never seen one. I've been to Mexico, I guess. It was on a ship, and I never left said ship. Overshot it just a bit. Nailed it.
The second hook's in place. One more grapple line to go, and this thing will be on empty.
All right, Murray, let's go fucking party. I'm just saying. Like, there's a difference between... There's a huge financial difference between traveling within the U.S. Oh, there we go. Jump on the fucking frozen mammoth.
I was wondering what happened to that guy. Guess he just prefers to be frozen.
He prefers to be frozen. I'm sure that's what it is. This is different. Like I can spend $250 on a plane to San Francisco, right? And even less than that, if I wanted to. Oh, fuck this. What the fuck was I gonna do? Go back? I can spend $250 on a plane to San Francisco, or less, and then maybe, like, I'm lucky. I got friends out there now. I could stay with them, so then I don't have to pay anything for bedding, and you know, like, you imagine like expenses while you're there. I think the last time I was out there, I spent about. I was out there for 5 days. I spent about 6 days. I spent about $200. You know, I kept a pretty good budget. Just hanging out with people. People bought me drinks. I could have spent less. I could have spent more. But, you know, you look at that. That's about $500 for a trip to out west for about a week. Which is a good amount of time. Did a lot of stuff. There were some other expenses, like, you know, I went to PSX. So you have to take in the ticket and everything for that as well. So, you know, I don't know. It's reasonable. I'm saying you go to Europe, you got to look. I imagine you're looking at spending like a couple $1,000s. Like let's say I went to England and Scotland. Right, the plane's already like minimum $500, right? And that's like a cheap. I've looked at like cheap round trip tickets. That's like on the way low end. That's just God, that's so much. I just, like, you know, it's really, I don't have a full-time job right now. I have 2 part-time jobs, freelance writing and, you know, my part-time job.
With the battery chamber empty, we'll be all set to move in.
So, it's, you know, it's not necessarily feasible where I'm at in life. No debt, though. Doing all right in that department. All right. Now we gotta get this old fucking bear to chew on some electrical cables. Which I know is like, man, that sounds fucked up. Don't worry. This bear can handle it. This bear is kind of a dickhole. As I'm sure you've seen old Grizzly Nuzzly going around chomping at the bit at everybody's ankles. And faces and whole bodies. And 10 feet above their bodies because the bear is gigantic. So don't feel too bad for it. Whoa! That was close. Alright, Murray. That was a weird traveling tangent. I want to travel. I'll find a way. I'd love to travel with my friends, right? You know, that's the thing. You go traveling. You know, you shouldn't travel alone, right? Well, not necessarily. I'd probably be okay traveling alone. I like, you know, to be alone. I think it's all right. I like me time.
If we're gonna get an eagle egg,
Solo vacation I could probably do.
all the local oil mains.
It looks pretty sturdy. The Murray is strong, but his fists can't punch through metal.
No problem. See that old bear down there? His name is Grizzleface. The guards ignore him because he's blind and practically nerve dead, except for his sense of smell. If that old guy smells fish, there's no stopping him. Use Grizzleface to take out the oil mains.
But I don't smell like fish, do I? How can I lure him around?
Bentley's taken up a post along the river. He'll keep tossing bombs into the water, and then
Nice.
should get
Bombing the
them
water.
sky high.
That works.
Plenty should land near your position.
So you want me to throw a fish at the oil mains so that old Grizzleface will knock him apart?
That's the idea. You might even try throwing fish at the guards. Might improve their
Might
odor.
improve their odor. Alright. We'll start tossing fish like nobody's business next time on Alex Plays.